Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've ever managed a property, you already know that plumbing issues are usually completely out of sight, out of mind. Well, that is, until a pipe suddenly bursts at 2 a.m. on a holiday, right? Today, we're jumping straight into a massive operational shift for property managers and owners. We're talking about why moving away from reactive plumbing fixes to a proactive drain maintenance strategy is absolutely crucial for multi-unit properties. Let's break down exactly why that old wait-and-see mindset is incredibly dangerous for shared living spaces.
So, to really get this, we have to ask ourselves about the true scale of vulnerability here. What actually happens when one clogged drain impacts 20 different apartments? In a regular house, a clog is just an annoyance. But in a multi-unit property, that one tiny blockage in a lower-level line can rapidly cascade into a massive, multi-unit disaster. We're talking wastewater backing up into the sinks and tubs of completely unrelated apartments. It is way beyond an inconvenience. It's a severe structural threat to the entire building.
It really all boils down to this core idea. Proactive drain maintenance plans are increasingly viewed as an operational necessity, not an optional expense. Treating drain health like some discretionary line item on your budget is a huge risk. You really have to view it with the exact same urgency as fixing the roof or servicing the elevators. It's that important.
Here's our agenda for today. We've got 6 parts. 1. The multi-unit drain dilemma. 2. Shared systems fail faster. 3. Stopping costly plumbing emergencies. 4. Protecting health and tenant trust. 5. Compliance and asset protection. And 6. The proactive maintenance strategy. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The multi-unit drain dilemma. The unique vulnerability of shared networks.
Think about the difference between single-family homes and multi-unit buildings. In a house, if you drop something down the kitchen sink, the problem stays highly localized. It's just one room. You call a plumber, and boom, it's fixed. But in a multi-unit building, everyone is connected. Clogs and failing seals spread so fast across that shared infrastructure. This impacts multiple units almost instantly and creates insanely expensive downtime. It's literally a continuous shared network. So a vulnerability in one apartment is actually a vulnerability for the entire property.
Moving on to Section 2. Shared systems fail faster. The constant load on apartment drainage. You've got to consider the sheer volume of what these pipes go through every single day. Because these lines are handling massive amounts of wastewater nonstop, they are always operating under high-risk conditions. We are talking about grease accumulation pooling from dozens of kitchens at the exact same time. Add in hair and debris in shared bathroom drains, plus heavy sediment buildup in the kitchen plumbing. Just think about Thanksgiving Day in a 50-unit building. The load on the system is absolutely staggering.
And honestly, here's where the real danger lies. Even if not a single unit is currently complaining about a plumbing problem, there's an invisible buildup happening right under your feet. These small buildups gradually narrow the pipe flow. So over time, a system that management thinks is working perfectly fine is actually silently inching toward total failure. The pipe's diameter is shrinking day by day until one completely normal flush triggers frequent messy backups.
Which brings us to Section 3. Stopping costly plumbing emergencies. Recognizing the tip of the iceberg.
Plumbing disasters rarely happen completely out of the blue. They actually leave you little, gross clues first. Subtle early warning signs include things like slowly draining toilets, which tenants might just ignore. Or maybe it's recurring gurgling sounds in the pipes when the unit next door runs their dishwasher. You might also spot wet spots mysteriously appearing near cleanouts in the basement, or catch persistent odors lingering in common areas. Pay attention, because these are your major red flags.
Let's walk through exactly how a plumbing disaster escalates. Step 1. Slow drains and odors appear, those symptoms we literally just talked about. Step 2. Because the pressure builds up, seals begin to compromise and venting gets obstructed. Step 3. This leads straight to contaminated water intrusion. And finally, Step 4. Mold grows rapidly and expensive finishes are destroyed. What started as just a weird smell is now a full-blown construction project. Talk about a nightmare.
The cost contrast here is mind-blowing. Think about a reactive emergency. It hits at 2 a.m. on a Sunday. It requires crazy expensive after-hours labor, resident displacement, and expedited access costs. It's pure chaos. But with proactive maintenance, the work is scheduled efficiently during low-impact windows, like mid-morning on a Tuesday, which drastically reduces those expensive reactive callouts.
Let's pivot to Section 4.
Protecting health and tenant trust. The human cost of drainage failures. Beyond the obvious financial hit to the budget, we have to talk about safety. Severe backups expose residents and building staff to standing water, highly unsanitary conditions, and surface contamination. It is quite literally a biohazard. Nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to live or work in a building where they're terrified of the plumbing.
But when you have clear maintenance protocols, it changes the whole dynamic. It actively reduces frustration by showing tenants that drain servicing is just routine and preventative. When your renters see a plan in place, it builds their trust. It proves you care about their home. Plus, it makes residents way more understanding when you have to request access to their units because they know you're doing it to protect them.
Now for Section 5, Compliance and Asset Protection, Safeguarding the Building's Infrastructure.
It's not just about doing the work. It's about proving you did it. A documented maintenance plan provides a vital record of inspections and repairs. Why does this matter? Well, for audits, insurance claims, and capital planning. Many jurisdictions and insurers absolutely demand proof of property maintenance. So if you ever face an audit or need to file a massive insurance claim, this documentation is your best defense.
By tracking those records, you can start prioritizing infrastructure upgrades using hard data. You can identify recurring problem zones, like a specific stack, riser, or basement that always clogs. Once you know where those weak spots are, you can execute targeted solutions. That means doing pipelining, mitigating root intrusion, improving your venting systems, or finally replacing those aging fixtures before they totally fail.
And finally, Section 6, the proactive maintenance strategy, executing a structured drain health plan.
So how do we actually do this? Building a proactive drain plan requires 4 steps. 1. Schedule routine system inspections to get eyes on the pipes. 2. Perform periodic preventative cleaning to flush out buildup before it hardens. 3. Utilize targeted diagnostics and tools like video cameras for the problem zones. And 4. Distribute tenant-facing guidance on drain usage. Educate your residents on what absolutely should not go down the drain. A little education really goes a long way.
Which leaves us with one final thought. Is your building's plumbing a ticking clock or a protected asset? Shifting to proactive maintenance ensures it's the latter. Take a hard look at your maintenance logs today and ask yourself, what is your plumbing actually trying to tell you? Thanks for joining this explainer.